All right, we are live. What is going on, everybody? It is DylanLasagna. Welcome to episode number 4 of DylanLasagna Live. Hold on. I have to connect one more thing. I'm sorry, I'm a little janky here today because of I just got back from doing helping with a little house chore. So forgive me if I'm a little unprepared on my end. So sorry about that. So yeah, sorry for the delay. There we go. Now I got my mouse connected. I'm a little like kind of feeling unprepared right now because I just and for the delay, I just got back helping with the house chore, so I had to do that plus some other things. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about, as expected for a couple of weeks, E3 2019. We are on the dawn of the horizon, E3 2019, and to be honest, there's not a lot for me to look forward to this year. I mean, last year there was Super Smash Bros. And what else was I looking forward to last year? I believe I was looking forward to, like, I think, I don't know, I think the Octo expansion, but I think the only thing I was looking forward to was Super Smash Bros. I think that was it, to be honest. I think I came into E3 with low expectations, but this year I think I'm probably coming in with even lower expectations, to be honest. But yeah, so pretty much today we're gonna be talking about is like my little preview of E3 2019. I'm mostly gonna be focusing on Nintendo because I for the past like year or two I've been like focusing mostly on Nintendo because I've been having a Switch. And I love the Switch to death, so that's the main thing I'm gonna be focusing on here. But I am also gonna be looking at like the other E3 press conferences like Bethesda, Microsoft, Ubisoft, and yes, of course, as well EA, because because of what other stupidity EA can do as well. But yeah. Not only are we gonna look at E3, but we're also gonna be looking at the Pokemon Direct that happened yesterday. We're also going to be looking at the other game that, in my opinion, overshadowed the Pokemon Direct. And I'm going to also be talking about a game that I'm still disappointed that is not on the Switch yet. So it's going to be a jam-packed live stream for DylanLasagna Live today. And yeah, there's a lot to cover, to be honest, for episode 4. Next week is going to be... Next week is going to be like my reactions to pretty much everything that I thought was notable from E3, like the Nintendo E3 Direct and what was unveiled during Treehouse and like some other stuff that I found interesting. But for right now, let's get into the first thing. Well, actually, it's not on my notes, but not on the outline, but it's actually something about Google Stadia, because today I actually knew about this kind of last minute because I didn't really hear about Google Stadia until today. But I was watching a live stream of like a presentation for Google Stadia. It's like a cloud streaming video game service. So we got to know more about that today. And to be honest, it's like I just don't see myself playing like a cloud streaming service. It's like I forgot how it works, but it's like you pay you pay for Google Stadia, or no, it's like you get Google Stadia, like whether it's the Pro or the base model, and then you get games that you have to use over Wi-Fi or something like that. And then it's but then if you want to go on top of that, get the 4K resolution and the best experience possible, you can get the Google Stadia Pro, which is a subscription service for $9.99 a month. And it's I don't know about that. So it's like they unveiled that today, but it's just like I don't know if I want to like. I don't think that's something I'm gonna be interested in because I already have a Switch, which you pretty much can play like at home and on the go. So it's like I don't know cloud gaming. It's like I don't know too much about it, but it's like yeah, Google's doing like going to video games now. So there's that. All right, let's get into the main docket of things today, which is the Pokemon Sword and Shield Direct. That happened yesterday at like 6 a.m. like my time, and to be honest, I did not wake up to watch that. I woke up later in the day to watch that, and yeah, I have to watch that many times again, and I couldn't really get into it. I seriously couldn't. I'm sorry for anyone that I offended. I do apologize. Oh, we have some people in the chat. I will answer some of these questions in the chat after I talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield. So to be honest, I didn't really feel like interested in Pokemon Sword and Shield like in the beginning, but then like when I watched the direct, it was like I still don't feel interested because it's like yes, I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan in the world, and this game still didn't do anything for me. It's like they made the game more open world, but it's like I think I only played like Pokemon Red and Blue when I was little, like, and then I played a little bit of one of the newer Pokemon games with my cousin Carl, but then that was pretty much it. And it's like I didn't know anything else about Pokemon after that, and yeah, so pretty much all they unveiled was that it's that the Pokemon like the Galar region is more open world, like more open, but I don't know how that's gonna work. And then it's like you start off with with one of the three Pokemon that were unveiled in the February Direct, so I guess that's cool. So, and then also one of the other things I saw is that there's literally a sheep like Pokemon. So there's literally a sheep. So, okay, but that's cool. And then I did like how it's more like you can like see the Pokemon like it's more like out in the open. It's like more like in the wild because like in the Game Boy Color Pokemon like Red and Blue, it was like you can't really find them. It was just like it's like then it takes you to a battle. And it's like a wild X Pokemon appeared, so it's like it's more wide open, and then you can just like approach them if you wanted to. And then near the end, we saw the legendary Pokemon, like, and then it was like, okay, whatever. It was like one literally had a sword and the other one had a shield, which was like, okay, I think we get the point why it's called Sword and Shield now. But the one that had a shield, it's like, okay, it's like you have a shield beard. Okay, that makes you special, I guess. But yeah, that was pretty much it. It's that's all I saw interesting in the Pokemon Direct. But there are some things that I have questions for. Like, there's only actually one thing I have a question for. It's like I honestly don't get the differences between like having two different versions, like Pokemon Sword and Shield. Is it supposed to be like there's different Pokemon? Like, I know the legendaries are probably gonna be exclusive, like, but is there gonna be like other different Pokemon in Sword or Shield? And are there like exclusive features or something like that? I don't know. And then it was also revealed that's going to be released on November 15th, which typically was when Pokemon is released in that time. And then there's a double pack, which comes with both Sword and Shield if you're undecided on which one to get, or you just want to like speed run or like be a collector like that. But then it's like it's not so much of a deal if you can go to Best Buy and like get the two versions separately, and then you can get like two like reward certificates. if they allow it, of course. And then my last takeaway is like, yeah, it's like I just didn't find much incentive in this direct because it's like, again, I'm not much of a Pokemon fan. Yeah, I wanted to give this game a chance, but I don't know. I just didn't really feel it. It's like all this Pokemon. It's like they were nice, but it wasn't enough to get me going into it. But it's like all the like, what's her assistant? Like, there's an assistant that they unveiled, like a character assistant that was going around. Like, it's like everyone started fanboying over her, over what her name is. But yeah, that's pretty much all I saw in that Pokemon Direct. Hopefully, maybe there's another Pokemon Direct that'll maybe convince me to like try it out. But I don't know. I still don't have like much of a gut feeling to like go and get this game, to be honest. All right, so let's see who is here in the live chat. Parker Green, what's going on, man? He asked me, why do I call myself Lasagna? It's pretty much a pun on my last name, which I will not give out here, and I'm sorry. So yeah, it's pretty much a pun on my last name. So that's that. It's just a pun on my last name. So yeah, there was one game that was unveiled the same day as the Pokemon Direct, which in my opinion, overshadowed the Pokemon Direct, Pokemon Sword and Shield. And if you guys saw me on Twitter, you know which game that was. That was SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. Yes, that is because like I'm such a huge SpongeBob fan, and although I'm not a huge, I didn't play Battle for Bikini Bottom when I was a kid, and I know like a couple of my friends did, and I was actually having a conversation with my friends yesterday about Battle for Bikini Bottom, and it's like how it was their favorite childhood game. And I was like, oh dang, this must be a really good game. And yeah, it's like I was very shocked. I was very shocked that this game was being remade, and that the fact that this game has a like following of sorts. So yeah, there's some really good things that I heard about it, but I don't remember if I don't think I played it at all during my childhood. But I'm very happy THQ Nordic is remaking this game, so I finally get a chance to try it out. So according to Nintendo Everything, they revealed the following first details via Steam. So like returning features are coming back, like the ability to play as SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy, and like in the original game. The original story, which has like I forgot what the story was, but it involves like the three characters fighting against like Plankton robots or something. But yeah, that's pretty much how the story is. New features include high-end graphics. To be honest, like someone mentioned that they're on the level of like Mario Odyssey graphics, and I kind of agree with them. A new multiplayer horde mode that is 2-player online and split screen. That is an interesting selling point for me. Cut content restored from the original game, like a Robo Squidward boss fight. So, there must be a lot more cut content from that game that could justify like the remake. And then today they just unveiled like a price point and a release window, like via an Amazon listing. It's gonna release next year for just $30, which is insane. $30 for a remake, which is pretty much a steal, y'all. And it's going to be released on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and of course it's going to be on PC. So I'm very excited to go pick up Battle for Bikini Bottom. As you all know, I love SpongeBob, as I just stated right now. So it's going to be pretty fun. I'm really excited to try this game out. And we'll see if I'm going to be part of this cult following a Battle for Bikini Bottom. Let's see. The next thing I want to get into is do I want to talk about that one game I'm still disappointed in that's not on the Switch? I don't know, because I feel like it's gonna tie in into my E3 like discussion. I think I'll talk about that like in my E3 predictions. All right, so let's get into the main meat of this thing. E3 2019. We are just one day. Well, actually, we're here. It's the weekend. It's right here. We start things off with EA. EA of all things. Yeah, they're gonna have their little EA Play like weekend, which is not really directed with connected with E3, but they're having their little EA Play event like throughout the weekend. So it's like, I remember how last year's went. It was like pretty cringy. They were trying to force feed like excitement into the crowd, and there's like nobody was getting excited at all. I don't know. I guess one thing I could get excited for, or I could be interested in, is like Madden, on just to see if it's gonna be on the Switch. But I don't know. I guess EA at this point doesn't really give a shit about the Switch. But I do want to see more of like Star Wars, like the Fallen Order or whatever that game is EA is working on. So maybe like I could be interested in that game. All right, so I'm actually jumping in between like points here. So I guess since we're talking about like the other guys about E3, I guess we'll just talk about the other guys right now. Yeah, so pretty much all we know right now is that Sony's not going to be at E3 at all, like in any form or shape or like life form. So Sony confirmed that like months ago that they're not going to be at E3 because they had that state of play, and they just want to focus on like PlayStation 5 development or something like that. So they're not going to be at E3. They're not going to be at E3. I am interested in what Bethesda has to offer, specifically with Doom Eternal, because that's coming to Switch. So there's Bethesda. Ubisoft, I did like 2 years ago how they brought out Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Last year I remember they did this pretty like cringy like segment to introduce Just Dance 2019. I just hope they don't do that sort of thing this year, because I remember like last year they introduced Just Dance 2019, and boy, it was not really a remarkable way to do so. I don't know. There's not really much to like be interested in for Ubisoft on my end, but I'm still gonna watch their press conference nonetheless. And then let's see, Square Enix. I mean, I'm gonna watch their press conference, but I mean, I don't really like play Final Fantasy VII or all that stuff, and I'm not really like into Kingdom Hearts like all the core gamers or like hardcore gamers. I mean, so I'm not really interested in what Square Enix has to offer. Oh wait, but there is the Avengers game that they're gonna unveil during their press conference. But other than that, if they somewhat announce that Sora is gonna be in Smash, then yeah, I guess the only thing I could be excited for is whatever they're doing with their Avengers game. No, I don't think Activision is having a press conference, but they're showing off their games. No, they're having like a discussion panel, I think. Let me see. Let's see. E3 2019. Oh yeah, they're Infinity Ward's having like a panel to discuss Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So I mean, I'm not much of a Call of Duty like fan ever since like the original Modern Warfare series. But I'm intrigued to see what they have, because they consider Modern Warfare, like this Modern Warfare, as like a soft reboot to the Modern Warfare franchise or Modern Warfare series, but we'll see. Hopefully, I'm have very low expectations that they're gonna have Modern Warfare or like Call of Duty in general to be on the Switch. So you never know. You never know what Activision and Infinity Ward are gonna bring. Speaking of Activision, they're probably gonna show off a little bit of Crash Team Racing over there. What else do I have here? Oh, Netflix. They're gonna have a panel as well to talk about Stranger Things, but they're also gonna be talking about like other things besides that. So what I'm hoping for, this is another one of my hopes, is that even though I'm not much of a Netflix kind of guy, I'm not that kind of Netflix and chill guy, is that they finally announced that Netflix is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Because it's like, just do it already. It's like Nintendo needs more media apps. I mean, we have Hulu, we have YouTube. It's like, put the cream on top of the pie already, or put the cherry on top of the cake, or whatever it is. So it's like, give us Netflix already. So I think that would be the best place to do it, or unless if they do it during the Nintendo Direct, but I think doing it during their panel would be much better. Alright, now that we got the other guys out of the way, let's talk about Nintendo themselves. My expectations, predictions, and hopes for the big N. The big Nintendo. I don't know. I was going to have something dramatic there, but yeah, I couldn't think of anything. Alright, so heading into this E3 2019, there was actually a lot of stuff Nintendo unveiled prior to this weekend. So they gave us two directs. They gave us a Super Mario Maker 2 direct, and they gave us a Pokemon direct. And while the Super Mario Maker 2 direct was really good, the news following that, not so great. You already know how I felt about not being able to play online with your friends, Nintendo frequently screwing up online, and if you want to go check out that episode of DylanLasagna Live, go check out the channel. And then yesterday we learned more about Pokemon Sword and Shield. You already know how I feel about that, and yeah, we just know a lot about that game now, or some info about that game. But with those two games getting a direct, however, I feel like what's gonna be the big game at E3? Like, what's gonna be that one game that it's gonna be the big focus? And my answer to that is there's probably not gonna be one. Remember how 2 years ago it was Super Mario Odyssey, and then last year there was the last half of the direct was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So this year they didn't even say anything about what specific game is gonna be in the direct. There's tune in for 2019 Nintendo games. And that was pretty much it. So it's pretty wide open. It's pretty wide open on what they can do. So what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's the door is wide open for Nintendo to unveil a lot of games that they've announced, but there's pretty much no info on. Those games being Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Astral Chain, Bayonetta 3, Metroid Prime 4, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening Remastered, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, Daemon X Machina, and there's probably going to be a couple more surprises in there. But those titles that I just mentioned are the most talked about. We know that, well, I'll just give up my expectations here. We know, Nintendo announced in a tweet earlier today that these games are going to be on the show floor: Luigi's Mansion 3, Link's Awakening, Pokemon Sword and Shield, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. The first two games I just mentioned are probably going to have like some info revealed in the direct with a release date. Like that it's coming out this year. Like, no question. If it's going to be on the show floor. I'll get to those release dates when in a moment. We know about Pokemon Sword and Shield. To be honest, I don't see like any more new info like being in this direct. It'll just say like it'll be in the direct probably, but like there won't be anything else other than like a little like plug that we revealed this information during our little direct late last week. And that'll be pretty much it. And the game comes out November 15th. Like, it'll just be very brief. And then Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I'll get to that in a little bit. But that game comes out next month, July 19th. So, yeah. Like, I'll just get into, like, my, like, specific expectations for that game in a little bit. I'm not sure where I got this from, but it's like the direct. They said the direct will focus on software. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if that means like Nintendo Switch Online or like the home screen or any of those kind of features. But I'm hoping those are those kind of things that Nintendo addresses. But we'll see. I expect that we won't hear anything about Metroid Prime 4 or Bayonetta 3. I mean, unless if they're going to show, like, a trailer of sorts for Bayonetta 3, like a new trailer. But I don't expect anything outside of, like, a new trailer for Bayonetta 3 and nothing at all for Metroid Prime 4 because they just restarted development for that game. And then, now let's get into, like, the specifics for, like, my expectations. Luigi's Mansion 3, we already know that's playable on the show floor maybe in this direct, it's likely that we're gonna get a release date for that game. My realistic release date would be October of this year. I don't expect it to be delayed to next year because it's gonna be on the show floor, and it's going to be like. Yeah, if it's going to be on the show floor and it's going to be delayed, then why have it there in the first place? And then also, we need new information, like what's the story going to be about, and then what's the what's different about like this Luigi's Mansion 3 compared to the other ones. To be honest, I haven't played Luigi's Mansion, like any of the Luigi's Mansion 3 games, so maybe during this direct they announced like a Luigi's Mansion and a Luigi's Mansion 2 like remaster for the Switch, like so like to give like fans that never played the game like an introduction to the series. So hopefully there's that. And then moving on to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which comes out a month after E3 on July 19th. They're probably going to get one more push. I don't know what, to be honest, what else they need to like address, like what other information they need to address. But what we do know so far, it's a reboot to the series, which I don't know. I honestly don't know how to feel about that because like, the story in Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2 were like it was okay, to be honest. But I like the gameplay in those two games. Especially 1. 2 was like, I don't know. And then the story is pretty much where like it's kind of like inspired from Infinity War and Endgame. It's like we're battling Thanos and the Black Order villain club, and like we're collecting the Infinity Stones and stop like to prevent Thanos from using them. All of which is structured into chapters, like according to a Game Informer. So I will link a video. I will link a video to all of this. Oops. Let me copy the link. right here. What's going on, Boss Weil? Yeah, Thanos is in Nintendo. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is coming out next month. So we're talking about if you in case you missed the first part of the live stream, we're talking about like my E3 like expectations, predictions, hopes, specifically with Nintendo. I talked about the other E3 guys like Ubisoft, EA, Microsoft. I actually didn't talk about Microsoft because I don't really know what to expect with them. But I did talk about Bethesda and pretty much some of the other E3 guys that are going to be at the event. All right, so the other things that we know so far are like the gameplay features. Again, I linked the video to Game Informer's video, and then like we know that we can play online with I don't know if that's with our friends because Nintendo Switch Online it won't let us. Offline local wireless and on one system with multiple controllers. So that last one is really important to me. Like with the previous installments, it's like if you're playing solo, it's like you always have 3 like AI heroes with you. So it's like that's sticking around. And then like as you progress through the story, you like unlock like new heroes. And speaking of new heroes, there are the Guardians of the Galaxy, Falcon, Scarlet Witch, Winter Soldier, and from the Spider-Verse, Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy. And if you haven't watched Into the Spider-Verse yet, go check it out. It's a really good movie. And then something new that's in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is Alliance enhancements in ISO 8. ISO 8 is like an individual upgrade for like certain characters. And then Alliance enhancements is like a team skill tree like for like team abilities. Is there anything else that I put on here? Oh no, that's pretty much it. So that's all we know about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. We know a little bit about the story. We know a little bit about the gameplay via Game Informer. I guess all I want to know is like what other heroes and villains are going to be added, and like what other like gameplay elements are going to be detailed, and like what else is going to be shown off at E3. So, but other than that, I'm excited for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. And it's not going to be a day one pickup for me, but it's going to be. It looks like a pretty good game. Daemon X Machina. This is a 2019 title that needs a lot. That needs a lot of information. I heard the demo wasn't good for people, but hopefully the developers for that game like polish things up, use that feedback from the demo to fix the game up. Like a few things that we know about the game is that like the hangar serves as the main hub for like customization and missions, and then it's like we pretty much have a customizable character that we can use to control like an arsenal, which is like your main way of like fighting like other enemies. So that's pretty much all we know about Daemon X Machina. So hopefully during this direct, I expect the developers to talk about that game more, and like give us like a good reason, like aside from from the bad demo, why we should be excited for this game, and hopefully we get a specific release date. Pretty much like all my expectations going forward is like Mario Maker has a specific release date of June 28th. Pokemon Sword and Shield has a November 15th release date. Hopefully Daemon X Machina gets one. As I said before, Luigi's Mansion 3 has like October is a good release window because it's Halloween month. And I think I guess September would be nice. It could be, but I'm not sure. What else? Oh, yeah. Here's a really good one. Astral Chain. This is a game I'm really excited for. Because Platinum Games, the developers behind Bayonetta, this game, like when I first saw it, it looked really impressive, and I want to know more. I really want to know more. Like we know so far that it's like you get to like choose like who you want to play as, whether it's a male or a female, and whoever like you don't pick is your twin sibling, and they're pretty much your partner in crime. And then it's like the story is like you're in like a task force squad called Neuron, and like as the game described it, it's like the special weapon is like Legion or something like that. And then it's like you're trying to protect like the city of Ark, which is under attack by futuristic creatures. And then you have to pretty much save the world before like you get wrecked. But I like the gameplay. It's really fast paced as like Bayonetta. It's like there's really cool weapons that you can use, and it's like cool double team attacks. It looks that game has a lot of promise. So I expect that game to like get a lot of not like I hope it doesn't get like take up a lot of time in Direct. Speaking of the E3 Direct, it's gonna be like it's expected to be 45 minutes long, like from some of the like tweets and rumors that I read. I just dropped the link to like the Astral Chain like official website on Platinum Games. But yeah, I'm excited for Astral Chain, so I hope to hear more news about it at E3 before it comes out on August 30th. The Nintendo Direct is supposed to be on Tuesday, June 11th at 9 a.m. California time. So wherever you are, it's like, yeah, you might have to adjust to that. And then Fire Emblem Three Houses. I honestly don't have much to say about this game because I don't really care about Fire Emblem. I guess all it needs is a last plug, and I don't know. I guess yeah, 12 Eastern noon, like in the afternoon, like so it's like 9 o'clock here, 9 o'clock in the morning over here. So yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses. I honestly don't have too much to say about this game because again I don't really care about Fire Emblem and all that, but it's like okay, yeah, hold on. Pretty much Houses looks like a pretty much one of those like talking simulators. And yeah, I can definitely agree. Like, Bosswile in the chat that it looks like a pretty disappointing game. I guess all it could use in this Direct is like before it's released in July is like I don't know, one last plug like here it's coming out next month. We're reminding you here because I really don't know what else it could like use at this point. It's like what else do we need to know at this point? But other than that, I don't really care for Fire Emblem. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening Remastered. Yeah, that's gonna be on the show floor at E3. Because of that, I expect that to be released this year as well. So the question is when, because I predicted that Daemon X Machina was gonna be in September. So does that mean Link's Awakening gets pushed to December? Or does it release in September as well? That's the question I want to know. And the other thing that I want to know as well is like, what's gonna make me want to go get Link's Awakening for the first time? Because when I first saw that trailer for Link's Awakening Remastered at the February Direct, it looked like a glorified like remaster, like that was it. It like nothing more, nothing less. It's like It's like there was nothing that convinced me that this wasn't worth. And here's the best part: $60. Yeah, $60 for a Game Boy game, a Game Boy remaster. So hopefully Nintendo tries to convince me otherwise. But other than that, I don't know. This is a game that I don't really have too much interest in, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sorry to. It's okay. I'm trash at Zelda too. Pretty much what I do in Breath of the Wild is I don't know. I just like try to like collect like arrows and just try to sneak up on enemies and all that. And if I do get caught, I don't know. I just run, and if I can't run, I don't know, just try to like spam like remote bombs or something like that. But other than that, I'm pretty much trash at Breath of the Wild as well. But what's most important about Breath of the Wild is just making like food, making recipes. All right, so yeah, Boss of the Wild mentioned about Animal Crossing, because that's the next thing I'm gonna be talking about, Animal Crossing, because that was not mentioned on Nintendo's tweet for the show floor, which is pretty concerning because Animal Crossing is supposed to come out this year, and there's a lot of people afraid that it's gonna get delayed. But I'm not one of those people that thinks it's gonna get delayed, because I'm hopeful that it will be released in December, by December, because why not? It's a good holiday game. I'm not much of an Animal Crossing fan. I never was, but I think it could be a very good holiday game if if Nintendo can convince casuals and non-Animal Crossing fans to go out and buy the game. And of course we need gameplay of it, and they better find a way to make it so that you could play with friends online, not with like random pedo bears. It's like, seriously, Nintendo, figure out your ish online. I'll get into that later. So I don't know. I just pretty much expect Nintendo to talk about like the games, mostly about the games that they currently they previously announced. Like, as I said, Animal Crossing, Daemon X Machina, Fire Emblem Three Houses, albeit like a very little like plug in there. Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, Astral Chain, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and Luigi's Mansion 3. But yeah, because a lot of those games still need information, but because they're coming out this year with hopefully no delays. So there's that. But that doesn't mean that one of those games is allowed to take up like a majority of the direct. You gotta go, Boss Wild. All right, catch you later, man. Hope you check out the replay. All right, you stay awesome too. All right, I just hope that one of those games doesn't get like a huge chunk of time. Like, I hope those games are like they get an even portion, because the problem with like last year's direct, like I know there was a specific focus on, like they explicitly stated that Smash Bros. Ultimate was gonna be an emphasis on Smash Ultimate, but to be honest, that was too much emphasis on Smash. Like, I feel like they could have done that in a separate direct and saved like like they could have done like that E3 direct by unveiling a whole bunch of different information. So hopefully this E3 direct will be more balanced, like, because you got 45 minutes to work with, and there's no like specific game like last year with Smash Bros. That's gonna be covered here. It's all Nintendo said was 2019 games, so like Nintendo has a lot to work with, and the door is wide open on which game, like on what games are gonna be unveiled. So let's get into the predictions, shall we? Like the 50-50, my predictions and hopes. The 50-50 8-ball on what's gonna be unveiled at E3. So let's see. All right, the next fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's Fighter Pass. Nintendo really needs to get the ball rolling on this, man, because this thing ends in 2020, like February 2020, and all they had so far was freaking Joker, man, from Persona, and we need to get the ball rolling on this. It's June, and February is in like July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 8 months. So you have 8 months to finish this pack. So, for my estimation, you have like one fighter every 2 months. If that's what I'm going at, yeah, one fighter every 2 months to get this going, including this month. So, I guess Nintendo has to unveil or shadow drop a fighter here in this direct, which, to be honest, is kind of sad. It's like there's no build up for this character, especially if it's a character like what everyone is clamoring for, Banjo and Kazooie, whatever his name is. It's like if they're shadow dropping a character like that, like a person, it's like, I don't know. Wouldn't you want some hype for that character? But I don't know, anything for Banjo Kazooie, I guess. So I predict that the next fighter is going to be unveiled here. Maybe two fighters for like one gets shadow dropped and another gets released in August or September, because yeah, they need to get the ball rolling on this fighter pass because it's pretty disappointing so far. I also predict that the Metroid Prime trilogy is gonna get unveiled, like an HD trilogy, because we're not gonna see Metroid Prime 4 for like a long time, considering they just restarted development. So like the developers are gonna be like, just to hold you guys over, like, I know we just restarted Metroid Prime 4 and I know you guys are like really excited to see this game, so to hold you over, here's a really nice gift for all of you, Metroid Prime trilogy. There you go. So I predict that's gonna happen. If not, then I'm not gonna really be upset about that. And then I predict they're gonna force feed Nintendo Switch Online into like whatever game has it, like maybe something like I don't know, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, because I think that's one that has online features. But I don't know, they did say something about software based. I just don't know what that means though. But maybe that could mean changes to like the service to get more subscribers. But I don't know. I'm just gonna keep my expectations on Nintendo Switch Online very low for this direct. As I said about Luigi's Mansion 3 and Link's Awakening, I predict that they're gonna have specific release dates, like release windows of October, and I don't know. I don't know about Link's Awakening, man. Like, cause it becomes very complicated with Daemon X Machina. It's like, I think those two games get released in September because all Link's Awakening is a remaster. That's pretty much it. So I think it could get released in both Daemon X Machina and Link's Awakening could release in September, while Luigi's Mansion could get released in October, which leads to Animal Crossing, which will not get delayed to 2020. And as I said before, that will get released in December of this year, because you already had Sword and Shield in November, so why not have Animal Crossing in December as your holiday game? And then, to be honest, and I have third party listed on here, but I don't really have much hopes or many predictions for third party. But I do have more so of hopes. But I do have one prediction. Witcher 3, because everyone keeps talking about it. It keeps getting rumored. It keeps getting leaked that Witcher 3 is gonna be unveiled for the Switch. That's gonna be ported over, and I don't know, just port it over, man. Just announce it already. It's like, I mean, I'm not one to like care for Witcher 3. I know one of my friends like loves it, but I don't know. Just announce it already. Speaking of hopes, like which are like my likely not gonna happen, but you never know. Anything is possible with Nintendo. It's like predictions. Consider my hopes as like predictions that will likely not happen, but anything is possible. So, my first hope for Nintendo at E3 2019 is a free Echo Fighter pass for Smash Bros. Gets announced. And I think the best way to do this, to kick this off, is with the celebration of the Splatoon 2 Octo expansion, like the celebration of the 1 year anniversary of the Splatoon 2 Octo expansion pass, with the Octoling as the first Echo Fighter in that Echo Fighter pass. So I think there's like with the DLC, like the paid DLC fighter pass, there's gonna be 5 like Echo Fighters in that free pass, and Octoling's gonna be the first one. So I think, yeah, it's a good idea. You know, the first anniversary of Octoling, playable Octolings. It's like, why not? I think it's a really good idea. It's a really good idea, and I also had this idea today. Like, if Nintendo really wants to boost like online subscriptions, make it available a week early for Nintendo Switch Online members, like exclusively, so they get it a week earlier than everyone else. So there's that. I mean, Mortal Kombat does it, so I mean, it wouldn't hurt for like Nintendo to do it with like their Switch Online memberships. But I mean, something I'm kind of against, but I don't know, something that they can do. What else? The Spyro Reignited trilogy. I just want that game to get on here on Switch already. I just don't want to go and get it for the PS4 because, like I said, I don't have time to sit on my ass to play video games in front of my TV. So most of the time I have to take my Switch and play it wherever I go. So hopefully Spyro Reignited trilogy gets ported over to the Switch whenever that happens, because again, Spyro was one of my favorite games during my childhood, and it's kind of sad that hasn't been ported over to the Switch, even though it's been rumored many times that it was supposed to be on there by now. I had Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle like sequel. It's one of my hopes, but I'm thinking of crossing that one out because I don't know. I don't see where else they can go with it, to be honest. Kingdom Hearts, the story so far. Again, I'm not a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but I just want the Kingdom Hearts franchise to be on the Switch already. But that doesn't mean I see Kingdom Hearts 3 being on the Switch, because if you look at that game, it's like you're gonna have to drastically downgrade that game for it to run on the Switch. But then look at Witcher 3. It's like that game is being heavily rumored, and people are thinking that's gonna be on the Switch. But we'll see about Kingdom Hearts 3. You never know. So I don't know. I just hope that Kingdom Hearts, the story so far, makes its way to the Switch in the direct. Overwatch. I had that on there for like no particular reason. I guess it'd be cool for people to finally get Overwatch on the Switch, because it's Overwatch. But I don't know. To be honest, I think even if they announced it like Overwatch for the Switch, it'd be kind of like too little, too late. Like so many years late. But I mean, I don't know. Is there even a player base still for Overwatch? I don't know. And last but not least, my biggest hope of all, and this ties in with my earlier my topic that I wanted to talk about in this video, in this live stream. The one game that I'm still disappointed that is not on the Nintendo Switch, and that is Grand Theft Auto finally makes its way onto the Nintendo Switch. Grand Theft Auto finally gets announced for the Nintendo Switch. I don't care what Grand Theft Auto game it is. If it's 5, if it's 4, if it's 3, Vice City, or San Andreas in a combo pack, I will be freaking happy. Yeah. It's like, at this point, I'm practically begging Rockstar to do this thing, man. It's like, it's very disappointing that they haven't. It's very disappointing that they haven't. It's like, they did LA Noire, and they thought, it's like, oh, we did LA Noire, now we're done with the Switch. It's like, there you go, you have your Rockstar game right there. It's like, no, give people what they want. Give them GTA on the go. You know how much money that would give them? It's like, I know Grand Theft Auto 5 is probably really hard to like put on the Switch, even if it's like the PS3, Xbox 360 version, or like an older version of version of the PlayStation 4, Xbox One version. But there's still other GTA games that you can put on there, like an HD, like, as I specifically want, an HD remaster of 3, Vice City, and San Andreas, because those 3 games were remastered on mobile phones, with San Andreas at least being on PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Like, that mobile phone remaster was on those 2 consoles. So you could feasibly make an H3 collection for the Switch, and it would make money for Rockstar. It's like, I don't see how Rockstar can pass this up. It's like the potential is there, but I don't know. I just hope Grand Theft Auto finally like makes its way, gets announced. I honestly don't care if it's an HD collection of 3, Vice City and San Andreas, or even Grand Theft Auto 4 with The Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony, or even a port of the PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 version of Grand Theft Auto 5. I honestly wouldn't mind a Grand Theft Auto game, as long as it's not Chinatown Wars, on the Nintendo Switch. And that, my friends, is the end of this live stream. I hope you all enjoy E3. Do not raise your expectations too high. I know that last hope I have about Grand Theft Auto, it's really like unrealistic. But I really want a Grand Theft Auto game on the go again. But just keep your expectations in check. I know it's fun to have like stay hyped, to be in the moment with E3, but it's like, I just don't want all of you to get disappointed like I might possibly be when E3 is all said and done with. But with that in mind, as I said before, I just don't know what to think about this E3, all in all, because, like I said, there's not a lot of games that I'm looking forward to heading into this like convention. I mean, there is Luigi's Mansion 3, there is Animal Crossing, I mean, there is Astral Chain, there's Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, there is Doom Eternal, but that's pretty much it. So hopefully they like all these conferences unveil something like pretty damn good, and that's pretty much all I can hope for. It's like there's something really good at this E3 this year. So pretty much that's it. Pretty much that's all I can hope for. So, what are your guys' E3 predictions? What are your guys' hopes? What are your guys' expectations for this E3? Whether it be Nintendo, whether it be Ubisoft, whether it be Microsoft. Sony's not going to be there for once, which is kind of a bummer. What about the other guys? And yeah, what do you think about this? My own predictions and hopes and expectations for this E3. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the comments below. Give this live stream a like or dislike if you want to. And I'll see you all next week for my reactions to everything that happened, like that I thought was notable from E3 2019. All right, I'll see you all next week, and always be delicious. See you all next time.